Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Everything Good About Life. In case you're new here, my name is Lydia, and please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So guys, today we are making money. Today I'm going to talk about how I manage my finances. This is a new thing I've just started, and yes, I learned a new method of managing your finances. It's called a Kakeibo. Yes, Kakeibo. Kakeibo method of managing your finances. For me, it's not more about saving, it's more about knowing what I'm doing with my money. You get? Not just blindly saving. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. And mostly you need a journal or a notebook, but I found that they were quite expensive and I wasn't ready to use that much amount of money. So I bought my book at Karatasi brand, and then I just pinned this one here. It's handwritten, and that one there. And of course it works. It works, guys. So I'm not going to show you what I've actually written in this book because it's kind of confidential. I hope you understand. But I'm going to show you how I document my finances. Okay, so I'm going to use this book right here. It's a diary, but the diary of Tambo. So I'll just get a page that I can show you how I document my finances. Okay, so guys, I document my finances monthly. So let's say November 2020. So November 2020. And then all I do is highlight. So I think you need your journal and a pen, a ruler, and a marker. So I highlight that. And then using the Kakeibo method, I'll have to consult, guys. So I have a monthly income plan. Monthly income. Guys, so I had to reschedule my shooting because it was making a lot of noise. The noise could be heard, so I had to reschedule shooting. But basically, I've already written down everything I write in my notebook. So I'm just going to show you an overview of what I do. So basically, guys, this is how I plan out my finances. I have the monthly income plan where I have the salary. So in salary, let's say 50k. And then I have selling. So selling, it's basically anything you want to sell, like your handbag, second-hand clothes, anything like that. So let's say you're selling your set of dining table or something like that at 15k, you will add there. And then maybe you receive some commission from your husband.
Nice.
You will add there. In short, anything that is bringing in money, you will have to plan it as the monthly income plan. And then we have the savings plan. So at the monthly savings, you will write anything that you're using to save money. So let's say like these merry-go-rounds, like chamas. If you have a chama where you like save 10k a month, you will write there. And then maybe if you have a joint account with anyone, your friend, your husband, your partner, you will write there X amount. So where are we? So okay, amounts, when your boss gives you something extra, you can write there. And then there is this petty cash, you can write there. And then a bank, like let's say you've put aside, you always put aside some money to take to the bank every month. So let's say 2k, you will write there. Okay, so now we come to monthly expenses. So at the monthly expenses, you will notice that I've not written food here, because with food you cannot usually know that you're going to use this amount of food every month, so you cannot really write it down. So I've wrote something like mobile, that's airtime, so that every time I buy airtime, I have to come and write down that I bought airtime. You get, because you cannot schedule for airtime. And then we have transport. Now there's this second transport. This is where the 4k comes in. So usually my transport, I use 4k, yes, because I use like 200 a day. But when in a day, probably I've used 100, because sometimes my husband drops me. Sometimes you will find that transport is less that day for some miracle somewhere. Like the transport is less, so probably I use like 100 a day. So when I use 100, the remaining 100, because I'm supposed to be using 200 shillings, the remaining 100 I'll bring up here at the transport section, because I've saved that 100 shillings. So I'm going to explain later on why I put the 100 shillings, why I put the transport at the saving section. And then we have electricity. So electricity, let's say something like 500, and then internet, let's say something like 3k, and gas and blah blah. Then there is others, whatever else you use, like it's on your monthly expenditure, you can add there. Then we have this after deduction. So after deduction is basically after you've deducted your monthly expenses. So there are those other expenses that you will have in a month. So that's where my food comes in. Yeah, like I explained, you cannot just assume that you will use 10,000 for food every month. So every time I buy food, it doesn't matter kani skuma ya 10 bob ama meat for 100 shillings, it doesn't matter. I'll come and write down how much I'm spending on my food down here. And then there is shopping, general shopping, and also there is shopping, like you've seen a nice blouse out there you're buying, you'll have to come and also write there, or some shoes. Yeah. And then we have movies. If you ever go out for movies, or if you ever buy movies, if you ever buy a movie at the movie shop, you will have to come and write there. And then there is restaurant. This is basically eating out. I don't need to explain that. Travel, if you're going anywhere. And then there is third transport. So for me, this third transport is here because the first transport is basically when I'm going to work. So that is Monday to Friday. But then there is at times you're going somewhere else on Saturday and it's not really under traveling. So you'll have to come and write here under this transport. Yeah. Or sometimes when you're supposed to go somewhere you are not planning to go and it lies under the weekdays, you'll have to come and write here transport. Yeah, so that is it, guys. That's how I plan my finances. Okay, so now let me explain why I put this transport on the savings. So what I learned, guys, is I've told you that I set aside something like 4k for my transport because that's how much I usually use. So I noticed that on days that I've not used public means, my transport will go as low as 100 shillings a day. Or sometimes it will go as low as 50 shillings a day. And then at the end of the month, I'll find out that I've actually used all the 4,000 shillings that I was supposed to use, which is kind of weird because my transport was less in the month. Yeah, So I started saving that amount, like a daily amount of what I've saved on transport, and I find that at the end of the month I'll have used something like 2k. So you should ask yourself, ile 2k ingine ilikuwa inaenda wapi the time I was not saving? Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you want more information about the Kakeibo method, you can comment and I'll tell you more about it, or you can just go online and Google Kakeibo method and you will see. I've explained to you guys, for me it's not so much about the saving bit, it's about being disciplined of how I use my money, and also just keeping track of where my finances go. And in doing so, I end up saving, which is what? A win-win. Yeah. So if you've liked this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye.